Just to start off with, this is the ARA launch today, Animal Rights Africa. I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a few seconds. Just to contextualize why we're here at this event today as an animal rights organization, we're looking at the history of human evolution and where we are from an origins point of view, is that you cannot separate the growth of human social movements and the movement towards a more just society. The animal movement, the animal rights movement cannot be separated from the human liberation movement. So what we're going to hear today in the context of issues that affect people and the growth of people in society towards a more equitable, just society is parallel by what we're doing in the animal rights movement. They cannot be separated. The issues that lead to human oppression and exploitation are the same as those that lead to animal exploitation, animal oppression.
I think there's a gross misconception about the animal rights movement. I think it's fundamental, and I think in some ways Salim articulated that, which is really about having little baby huggers and save a rhino, without actually understanding that animal rights people are environmentalists, are pro-gay and lesbian movements, are pro-women's rights, and so on.
The global capitalist world, seems to me, is inherently destructive to people, to animals, and to the earth. It's unsustainable, and the bills of the past few centuries of industrial growth are now coming due. This system cannot be humanized, cannot be civilized, cannot be made green-friendly. It can only be transformed through what is a revolutionary struggle at all levels: economic, political, cultural, technological, moral, conceptual, the way that we think about ourselves and the world and our relationship to it. In the last 3 decades, there's been growing awareness of the interconnectedness of environmental and social justice struggles, such that we know that environmentalism cannot succeed without social justice, and social justice cannot be realized without environmentalism.
70% of cases of women abuse or child abuse involve animal abuse as well. So, we actually need, as organizations, to work with each other in terms of informing each other about where our issues intersect. I like to think of this social justice idea as a mushroom. Mushroom is actually underground. It's this massive thing underground. Every now and then it pops out into mushrooms. And all of our organizations are like the mushrooms, but we are all linked, if we could only see it, by very, very clear linkages.
Suffering is suffering is suffering. If a woman suffers, if a child suffers, if a black man suffers, a white man suffers, if a first world person suffers, and a third world person suffers, if you suffer, I suffer, an elephant suffers, it's all the same. Suffering is suffering.